welcome to SideQuests, the show where we play indie and small publisher RPGs. I'm your host, Mark, and today we are playing Our Haunt by Rae Nedjadi, published by Possum Creek Games. As always, you'll find links to where you can find this game, as well as other things by myself and today's guests, down in the show notes. However, I will warn you that the print editions of this one are a little hard to find as of recording this in December 2025, which I know because this happened today to mine, and I'm trying to find a new one. Anyway, as always, I am joined by a couple amazing players. Today we've got Erica.
Hi.
You want to tell us a little bit
Sure.
about Erica?
I'm Erica Goodwitch. The running joke is that Mark asks if I want to do something, and I say yes. So you can find a full list of all my actual play mercenary work at my linktree/Erica Goodwitch.
Excellent. And we are also joined, for the first time on this show, by Richard.
Hey, everybody. I'm Richard. I do mostly on the internet. You can find me doing movie podcasts, a Plot Spackle, where we talk about plot holes in fiction and ways to reconcile the stories internally, and working on some RPGs. And every once in a while, I sucker the people that I talk with movies about into playing games with me.
Excellent. And if you would like to play games with us, please join the Nightcast Discord, where we play games all the time, including
All the time.
ongoing Star Wars campaign Bounties in Beskar, where all of us play and GM as Mandalorians.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's
It
very
is.
fun. So Our Haunt is a GM-less game with some similarities. As I read through, I saw similarities to like Wanderhome. Some things reminded me of Powered by the Apocalypse, but it's not Powered by the Apocalypse. It uses, its main mechanic is token based, where it's like a token economy where you're getting and giving tokens, and we're all going to be playing ghosts, and we may not remember everything about our past, but we know that we are here in this haunted house now with each other. So this first part that we've got going on now is going to be character creation, and then I'll talk about the rules a little bit, and then we're going to take a break, and we'll see you next week for actual playthrough of the game. Yeah, so for character creation, there are a bunch of playbooks, and I think we all had our eyes on one of them before we even started. So yeah, the one that I had my eye on was the cat. The cat was not always a cat, but they're very cat-like in that they need to take care of the humans. The humans can't fend for themselves. They also have that sort of slightly high and mighty cat thing going on. Richard, which playbook did you have your eye on?
I went with The Betrayed, someone who died in some form of violent accident or betrayal and holds a little bit of anger towards the rest of the world because of it.
Nice. Okay. And Erica?
I'm going with the Faceless. Someone who's just, there's barely anything left. The softest shadow, trick of the light, just the barest semblance of who they were, but that allows them to connect with others.
All right, cool. So character creation's pretty easy in this. With the playbooks in front of us, we basically go down the list and pick things about our characters. So I think we can all maybe go in a circle and choose stuff that we've got our eyes on. You two looked through the playbooks at all, besides just sort of reading the descriptions? All right.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So each of us has a lure, and that goes back into the token stuff. Lures are for other characters to use. So my lure as a cat is when somebody asks me for my feline perspective or tells me why I'm cute, they get a token.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Faceless?
When someone asks me to see their true face or tells me one of their true names.
Okay. And the Betrayed?
When someone asks me to hurt another or tells me why they're angry.
Okay. All right. So after lures comes the most difficult part, which is choosing a name. We've got a number of ideas for choosing our name. Yeah. Do either of you have names picked out?
have, because that is the hardest part, and so I had to spend hours looking through.
It's great. Love it. What did you pick out?
I went with the short and sharp name,
Okay.
and going with Quinn.
I like a silly but serious name for my cat.
Do you need suggestions?
If you have one, yeah.
Silly but serious.
I do like silly but serious in general for character names. Erica, you will remember Ham Thunderplume.
Yeah.
Short for Hammond, by the way. Don't know if that ever came up.
I mean, there's always the classic
Mr. Whiskers.
That is a classic cat name.
I like names that are the names of animals for animals, like Bear. I was thinking of a shadowy cat that you see out of the corner of your eye.
Are you named Trash Panda?
Good, though.
Pan.
Anne.
Short for panther.
It'd be Coon, short for either raccoon or Maine Coon.
Maine Coon. Okay, silly for us reasons, and for those of you who have watched SideQuests before, but also kind of uncommon, and maybe silly in that way. His name's gonna be Doug.
But like D-U-G.
Oh, no.
No?
D-O-U-G. U-G, short for Douglas Furrington.
For those of you who have watched SideQuests or pretty much any Nightcast creative production, you'll get why that's funny.
Yeah. What prompt are you gonna choose, Erica?
Name of an object I found, and it's scarf.
Scarf. Okay. So the next thing down our playbooks is to choose a look, and we're going to choose 2 or 3 options from this list of things. Mine are going to be a sleek and carefully groomed cat, a softly ringing bell that forgets to ring sometimes, and a shadow that doesn't quite follow me.
I'm gonna go with a wide and uneven smile, more to nothing. An unwelcome knock on the door. And just the barest hint of cinnamon.
I think for Quinn, we'll be going with feral movements that betray my anger, a long shadow that shows who I used to be, and then it's got the last option of something else that shows I died violently, and I was thinking of just gaps, holes through Quinn, just
Empty spots.
just a strip across the neck, a couple of holes through the torso.
Okay. Cool. Next is what I yearn for. Choosing 1. Mine is to find the perfect servant.
To become someone again.
To make sure no one else is betrayed like me ever again.
Okay. I like how serious your characters are getting, while mine, in my bonds, I get to choose a loyal and silly ghost dog, which I'm doing in honor of who did this to my book today. His name's going to be Raymond.
Is it Raymond who did that to your book today?
No. And then I'm going to do a group of ghost cats who depend on me.
We skipped over what I remember, I think.
Oh, we did. Okay. Oh, we skipped over all of what we remember.
But I love your bonds. Silly
That's okay.
ghost dog and gang of cats.
I'm just kind of sad you didn't go with the purpose of to meet the great cat ghost king.
You know, I thought that was a little much for a one-shot. Do we want to talk about bonds, or do we want to talk about what I remember?
We can finish out bonds.
Okay. Yeah, so the cats who depend on me are Pear, Cinnamon, Reggie, and Fang.
You have Reggie and Reginald, the ghost dog.
Ghost dog is Raymond.
Raymond. I think for Quinn for bonds, I'm going to go with a runaway who sees who I used to be, a photo album of voices that speak to me.
Okay, weird. I like it.
A 3-legged cat that seeks my affection. What were the names of the cats you said earlier again?
Pear, Cinnamon, Reggie, and Fang.
I'm going with Pear.
Does yours a ghost cat or a living cat?
It doesn't say.
Okay. It's Pear then.
Pear has 3 legs.
More than a pair.
Yep.
And a sagely but forgetful ghost.
Do you have a name for them?
Agatha. Because that's just the first old lady name that came to mind.
Richard, did you have a name for your person who sees you for who you used to be?
I'm going to go with Oliver.
Okay, let's go back to what I remember.
Smiling for the camera. the sound of breaking glass.
A warm bed with someone who loved me, and an unopened present.
Flashes of a difficult death, and a dying wish whispered into an ear.
Okay. Do you have voices for your characters? This last question might need voices.
That's the part I hadn't thought about.
Scarf. How do I bother you? Why do you secretly like it?
You like to dig your claws into my scarf.
Why else do I have them?
I secretly like it because it's being touched.
Quinn, why do I have to prove myself to you? Why do I let you down?
I think because cats are supposed to be hunters. Cats are supposed to use their claws for more than just making biscuits and scarves. And all you want to do is, like, cuddle and sleep, and you're so defenseless.
Funny for how I imagine his interactions with his location.
So then let's turn the question back around. Why aren't you afraid of me?
I've been here for a long, long time. And I've seen much, much worse.
Then, Scarf, how can you help me seek revenge? And why don't I involve you?
I mean, how can I help you seek revenge? Because I know something you've forgotten, but you don't know if you're ready to hear it yet. I'm a cat. Quinn, Richard, how do I make you sad?
Think you make me sad when there's that moment that you can tell the smile just floating nowhere turns just a little bit, the lips turn down, and you can tell that it's a forced smile before you turn away.
Doug, why do you shield your thoughts from me?
I have too many people vying for my attention, and all these cats that think I'm their protector or leader or whatever. Sometimes I just need some quiet time. And I know if you can hear my thoughts, it's not going to be quiet time for much longer.
Sometimes even when we can't hear your thoughts.
You express yourself quite clearly.
I do. Okay, now that we've all filled out our playbooks, we get to talk about the place that we're haunting. We each, as characters, get to pick our playbook and a room, and we all had our eyes on things that we thought fit our characters well. Erica, what did you pick for Scarf?
The attic.
Uh-huh. And Quinn?
Yeah.
The basement.
Mm-hmm. And Doug likes the garden. So just like with the characters, we've got choices to make.
Yes.
Picking aesthetics and unsolvable problems. So I went ahead and picked for the garden. We can picture this sort of overgrown garden with maybe a rotting gazebo and greenhouse filled with broken panes. The aesthetics that I chose, two of them. One is large moths flying too close to ghostly flames. And the second is rotting birdhouses that are occupied by something otherworldly. Now, I picked both of these, which is why I thought Quinn's observation of Doug not being a hunter is because both of those are small things that Doug can chase after. Big moths and things in birdhouses. So maybe Quinn just doesn't get outside much.
B.
Richard, what did you choose aesthetics-wise for the basement?
Aesthetics-wise for the basement, I went with words that write and rewrite themselves on the floor and ceiling, and a painted door that usually opens up to nowhere, but sometimes doesn't.
Doesn't open to nowhere or doesn't open?
Doesn't open to nowhere. Possibly both.
Yeah. All right. And aesthetics for the attic?
You guys are speaking too fast. I can't write like that.
We're cheating.
Yeah. 3 things.
If you want.
Letters and diaries that carry strong emotions. An old carpet bag filled with strange and beautiful things. A large comfy bed with mismatched blankets and pillows.
All right. So in addition to having our aesthetics, we have 1 or 2 unsolvable problems. The one that I liked best for the garden was something ancient and hungry lives at the bottom of the old well.
For the basement, I went with something similar. An unseen entity scratches at our spirits, taking what little memories we have and twisting them.
A ghostly wind that creates big messes and demands attention. And also an old television screen. Unplugged, broken, turns on by itself and shows us what we don't want to see.
You're telling me that I get comfy on this giant bed, all these blankets, and that TV's going to turn on, and it's going to start bothering me. Find a better place to take a nap. Okay, so this game, like we said in the beginning, sort of works on a token economy. As you gather enough tokens at the end of the game, we can all pool them, and one of the ghosts can regain or create a new memory, either looking backwards and finding something about their old selves, or looking to the present and creating a memory out of what we all experience. You can get tokens by using your vulnerable moves. So we each have a set of things that sort of put us at a disadvantage using one of our ghostly abilities with a consequence. Basically doing things or asking questions that we might not like the answers to. That's how we get coins. We can spend coins to do really cool things, like use our ghost powers to do great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. A note on the ghostly powers, even when you use them in their vulnerable state, you still do exactly what the ghostly power says. So if I use my, let's see, where's the cat? Turn into dusky smoke and disappear, even if I do it vulnerably, get the token, I disappear. I turn into smoke. But there's a disadvantage, a consequence that goes along with it. These locations can also provide tokens to us. Locations have moves, and if a move is used towards one of our characters and we go along with it, we accept it, we get a token. If we decide not to, we don't go with what the garden or the attic or the basement wants us to do, we don't get a token. And we get to not relive a terrible memory or whatever else other thing is supposed to happen there. And then, as we said, the last thing that you can get tokens with is your lure. These are things you can use towards one of the other characters. So for me, if somebody's asking my perspective on something as a cat, they will get it. Or, tell me why I'm cute. Come on, look at this guy. Come on. Yeah. The game takes place in these locations that we just developed. So with 3 of us, there are 3 location options. And when we are in the location that we chose, that we decided was the one associated with our ghost, then that person is sort of
guide.
Yeah, a soft GM. Not really the GM, but they get to do a little bit more of the narration. They get to decide when to use moves and other things like that. If there are other characters that show up, say Raymond the dog shows up, I kind of don't picture him actually speaking English, but if somebody wanted to speak as Raymond the dog, that would be somebody other than me. We are going to be each other's NPCs in this, basically. Yeah, and that's kind of it, right? Richard, you read through the rules of this. It's pretty simple. And if you've played GM-less RPGs, it plays like a lot of the other GM-less RPGs, plus with the token economy thing. All right, that was character creation and a very easy rules explanation for our haunt. If you want to see us play, just stay tuned. It's going to come up. You can watch it, and it's going to be great. Yeah, all the usual stuff, like and subscribe, and you can find all the links for everybody here down below, including one to find at least the PDF of our haunt. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.